strategies when you're sourcing product, and remember that you make money when you buy the product, not when you sell the product. It's just like stocks and Bitcoin. You're making money when you buy.
Hey guys, so we have a very special guest. We have Zack Franklin. So he's a guy for Amazon. So if you're doing Amazon, if you're planning to do Amazon basically sell on Amazon, this is a guy. So basically here in Affiliate World Asia, there's a main event which is happening right now, and there will be event focused only on Amazon sellers, and that's the guy Zack basically organized that, obviously with other people, but basically he's sharing the insights that people can use to win on Amazon. So whether you already have Amazon presence, you want to take it to the next level, or you just starting and exploring that as a new platform with your products, then Zack is your guy. And I want to basically learn some insights from him and share with you guys today.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Glad to have you here, Zack.
Yeah.
So from your experience, right? So Amazon is a huge platform, right? And is there any way that, for example, do you see like any obvious mistakes that people, for example, who are already selling on Amazon that they're making?
Oh my God, you asked the right question. That can be like a book. I've seen every mistake people can make on Amazon, but the more serious mistakes always just come in if people are new at sourcing products. They don't even know certain certifications need to be done because Amazon's more of a real business, and a lot of people skip over that in the guru courses. So they skip over, hey, you need to have certified, you need to have trademarks, you need to protect your IP. And I've seen every mistake people can make on Amazon.
And so
I've seen a million listing mistakes, PPC mistakes. We gotta narrow down and come up with stuff because people are messing up all over the place.
Okay, so that that could be a very expensive mistake, right? For example, if you haven't like trademark your products, or you don't have.
I see. Well, like here are two of the most expensive mistakes people can make. One, if they source the product before they have an Amazon account, and they find they can't get an Amazon account, so they're stuck with a lot of inventory that they can't sell. And two, if they source the product before they make the Amazon listing and there's a restriction and they don't have the right certification and they can't actually get around that, they might be stuck with 10,000 units of product and nowhere to sell it, and that's never a situation you want to be in. So always make sure that you have the account and the listing before you actually go and get the products.
Cool. And so, like, as a source of products, like, is that like people typically source from Alibaba? Is that kind of like the main source?
Yeah, a lot of people can source from Alibaba, and it's a really good like starting point. But there are a million different places you can find stuff. Global sources can be a good option, but once you just you can usually just go with the sourcing agents, and they're going to do a lot more than just kind of research Alibaba. They're actually going to investigate the suppliers, and they have a lot of resources that normal people are not going to have. And they're going to do it like very, very efficiently and negotiate with the factories. The other thing is if you get really big, factories will actually come to you. When I used to work at ValueLink, we had 20 different factories reps like in our office every morning, trying to sell us product to sell. So like that's a different sort of dynamic. And it's really cool. But once you have factories that sell certain stuff, you can actually get to know the entire ecosystem of products, and it's going to work a lot better. So the main challenge is for people outside of China. I live in Shenzhen, where I can take a taxi to a factory, but a lot of people are not so lucky. But there's a lot of cool opportunities to find products where you're based. A lot of people in Vietnam now. Vietnam sourcing is really taking off right now because of the trade war. India is getting a lot more developed for sourcing a lot of different types of products. Even the US has a lot of different types of products people can do. You can find some through like TradeKey, Thomasnet. So there's a lot of different strategies when you're sourcing product. And remember that you make money when you buy the product, not when you sell the product. It's just like stocks and Bitcoin. You're making money when you buy. So if you're buying it like at a super high cost compared to your competitors, you can sell it, but you're not going to make nearly enough margin.
How do you know like what's a good price? to buy the product then?
This
to do your
is
research?
something that can take years of experience and stuff, but you need to understand roughly what's going on, and you need to think like of the purchase cost or the selling cost, about 30% of that should be your cost of goods sold. Okay, so that should be like what you're willing to pay for that product is like 30% of your eventual selling
So let's
price.
say if you're planning to sell it on Amazon for like $10, then you shouldn't
Yeah.
pay more than $3 basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. But you should, sometimes the 3x ROI is a little bit too low for Amazon, so you should shoot usually between like 4 and 9x. There's not so many like kind of 9x kind of things, but there's a lot of strategies actually to add revenue on the back end that are super useful. One thing that I started advocating, and I haven't heard anyone else say this, I came up with it over a conversation last year at AWA, and basically you can slip in inserts or you can do marketing to your customers after they buy your products to sell affiliate products and info products.
That's a good one.
Boom. So what you can do, like let's say you're selling dog treats on Amazon, they might sell for like $10. So you're making like a couple dollars profit, if anything. But what happens is if you have a thing for like BarkBox, like a subscription, or like CBD for pets, or like
BarkBox has affiliate program, right?
Yeah. You go to OfferVault and you just
Yeah.
type it in and you find like something that kind of matches.
Yeah.
And then maybe your payout is like $60. So you made like $2 from the actual sale of the product, but maybe you made $60 from an affiliate payout. And then that gives you a huge edge on margin over your competition, allow you to do more advertising and have a higher lifetime value so you can continue to basically crush it on Amazon and make more money from all your competition, even if you don't sell a lot of product.
How many people have you seen like actually do it?
4, and those are like people that I've taught how to do it. Even though I'm like very free with a lot of information, I'm very surprised at the lack of people that will actually go like do something, right? Like yesterday I went to a lot of the booths here and I got like free traffic coupons, and I got like another one and I post the code in my group. And I have a lot of different WeChat groups, and I wonder how many people went and actually are going to use this like free $100 to Traffic Junkie or free whatever. Like the amount of people that see an opportunity and say, oh, that sounds cool, I'll do it later, and never do it. Like just be the person that implements things as soon as you hear it. The amount of information out there is huge, and very few people are actually implementing things that can make them a lot of money. Just give things a shot. They're usually easier than you think that they are. And you don't need to go with maybe the full scale thing that you always hear. Like if you're watching a YouTube video and it's like a 40-minute Facebook ad crazy thing and you're like, oh, that's going to take me a year. Just start with like one part of that and kind of like build it up. Like no one built up their entire system in one day, just knocking it out. So it's going to take time to get to maybe a certain level, but just take like a small part of it, and like maybe like for the strategy I just did, find a relevant affiliate offer, make an insert card, put it in your packaging. Like that could take you less than a day, and it could be, you know, very profitable.
So with Amazon, you have the capability to do that. Right?
Yes.
You can put like those coupons and different affiliate offers.
So I work with a lot of sellers that do volume. So like 20,000 orders a day for a couple of people, and you can. That's a traffic source at that point.
I mean,
you know,
even
20,
like if small percentage of people take take that offer.
Exactly, because the thing is that they already trust you because they bought something from you, and so that is key. So people are really impressionable at 2 points. One is when they have their credit card out and they're about to buy the product, and the other one is right when they're receiving this product for the first time. Those are the two most emotional kind of times. So you want to have something for them in that time. Other things you can do, I like to make my insert cards like actual PVC, like like the Chase Sapphire card, like the metal. Yeah, I do like that. Most people just do like paper, and so it's like taking these small little touches on packaging or something else, and like saying, what can I actually do with this? And in China, I'm really lucky. I get to go to a lot of like packaging factories. I went to Jinja, which is the one that makes all the packaging for all of China tobacco, all of China alcohol, like everything, right? They had like 15 buildings the size of Centaura Grand that were fucking crazy. And it was just packaging lines with like $1 million pieces of equipment and just like the stuff you could see. You need to hold the packaging samples and like see these little details and figure out what are they called. And then you are like, able to do this. It's insane. Like I like now my favorite trick. I almost don't want to give this out, but why not?
Oh man.
3D laser cut sleeve. So it looks like maybe honeycomb with like cutouts, kind of obscuring like the lower layer with like foil.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got all that, but it's really cool. So when you
You can Google it, right? Like how it's called? Is it?
No, there's no.
You cannot
no
go. You cannot even
name.
Google
I don't
it.
know. I just take like a sleeve and I like laser cut like a honeycomb pattern or something,
Okay.
so it looks very like visually different. Like,
Okay.
And this is something I discovered at like one of these packaging factories that no one else is doing. And so now when you unsheath the product, it's like just this like silver reflective light going all over, and
That's
it's like
cool.
a super crazy experience for the customer. And so we have 2,000 Amazon reviews on one of these products, only about the packaging.
Oh, really?
Where people are like, this was incredible. And so we are the top 5 in one of these categories, and it's one of the most competitive things out there. It's in beauty, and it's crazy. And so that one product, for months at a time, was able to do $60,000 to $80,000 per day.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's good.
With no extra work, right? You just place the order and you list the product.
What percentage of your sales of your clients, your projects, like typically comes from the Amazon like ads?
Oh, that's a real good question because it's different for every client. But a very significant amount, probably about 20-30%.
Is that helps to like rank the?
Yeah. So it depends on what they're selling. Like I have clients with like maybe $150 pair of headphones, and they are able to fucking kill it on ads, and they're spending millions and millions every month on every type of advertising you can do on Amazon. I have other guys doing like phone cables, and phone cables, you know, like low margin. They have like a $2 profit margin, so they're able to, and the clicks can be $2.
Wow.
So their conversion rate's like 70-80% though. 70-80%.
Wow.
So it's insane. On supplements like Garcinia, I have like 50-60% conversion. The essential oils, like 70% conversion. So
From the ad. So actually, like,
no, not just just on Amazon in general for the entire product.
70,
it's
80%?
insane. Yeah, this is one of the big reasons to do Amazon. Like, there's so much trust. People think they're buying from Amazon, not from you, and they don't even know who you are. They're just like thinking this is Amazon and they're buying it. And it's one-click checkout. They can even do a one-click subscription offer.
Yeah.
And so people trust Amazon so much. It's so easy. They're just like, hey, I need this can opener. Click, done. And you're able to sell that. And Amazon's also really great compared to Facebook ads, because Facebook, you really need an awesome, an awesome creative,
Yeah.
and a really like unique and interesting product. So the types of products that can do really well on Amazon would never do well on Facebook. You can sell like a can opener, like we just said, on Amazon super easily, and on Facebook have fun selling a can opener.
Yeah, it will be hard.
It's a big challenge. Or like trash bags or something like that. Like all these small stuff for your home that no one thinks twice about, these commodity products. But one other way to think is to sell things that are harder for people to get in a retail store, because these are things people need to go online. These are reasons why like phone cables might not do so well. I mean, still a lot of people are buying them, but this might be why drones are really good, because people in in the suburbs are going to have to drive like an hour to find somewhere where maybe they can buy a drone at a real store. So you want to sell things that are a little inconvenient for people to get in their real life. And that's why people are going to Amazon, why they're going online, is because if I could just go to a grocery store or a Walmart and find something, maybe it's not a great Amazon product. Like, you can do it, but this is where online sales really shine, is getting that stuff that's hard to get in real life.
And also one of the things that we have discussed. So you like how big are like your biggest clients, like 300?
Yeah, so I've had clients on the upper end around 150 and $300 million a year in
just on Amazon
sales, just on Amazon. They didn't have a fucking website.
Jesus Christ.
They didn't have a website. They have like 4 people in the company that speak English.
How big was the
team?
team?
They spent $0 on Google, $0 on Facebook, just all Amazon.
How big the team was like for that company?
150.
150 people.
Yeah.
For this
Well,
revenue.
for 150 million, it was about like 150 people.
That's not much.
Yeah, it's just like a floor of a building, and then the 350 mil was like 600 people at the peak. It went from 200 to 600. Like while I was there, it was crazy.
Wow, it's still like reasonable for this volume for this. So one of the things that we have discussed is Amazon is like it's quite efficient, right? Like a lot of the things you can replicate with basically you don't need like too many people, kind of like on your team.
So this is like the Chinese style where they don't like to automate things, which is insanity. They just like to have people with their butts in the seats, and they just feel better that way. And also they can kind of increase their valuation and seem more important if they have people. But that's not what you need if you want to just make money. It's very easy to find people that will do almost anything you need to do on Amazon because there are so many sellers and so many people that are skilled at doing this. So like at the beginning, you might need to do a lot of work. It's a big learning curve, learning about actual import-export, all this stuff about product certification. It's a lot harder than maybe just tossing up some ads for a product you don't own. But at the end of the day, it's a really transferable skill set, and a lot of people have the skills. So after you learn the basics and you know if people are good, you're going to be able to find people that can handle your logistics. You're going to be able to find people that can handle your product research and your sourcing. You're going to have people that can handle your ads very easily and even software. And so like maybe for like 6 months or 1 year, it might be a business that takes a little bit of work, but eventually it's going to be very easy to offload your tasks because it's a lot more standardized. You're not going to need that like $80,000 media buyer like Rockstar to make it work on Amazon. You're going to be able to, you don't need maybe the super outlier people that you need to have success in affiliate marketing, where you need to have like super ninja. Crazy edge, like super ninja. You need like people that can just fulfill the basic stuff and you can really succeed. And so that's a key difference, I think.
And
that's
overall,
important.
like to succeed on Amazon, right? Is that like mostly like marketing, like branding, or is that like product, like development, research development itself? Like
I think it all comes down to the product in the end. Nothing is going to save a product where you don't have margin, where it breaks. Like quality issues will kill you. One bad shipment can destroy a nascent. You need a good review strategy, and it's basically just consistency over a long period of time, like most other things. Marketing is key, but a lot of Amazon sellers are not marketers. They're not. They're product people, or they're logistics nerds or something like this. They're not really into the marketing. And if you go to any of the Amazon Facebook groups or anything, they're trying to learn Facebook ads. They're trying to learn ManyChat, but they're learning from people that don't know Facebook because they were also Amazon sellers and not digital marketers. I'm one of the very few people that was a digital marketer, then went into Amazon.
Oh man, you have killers.
And so not a lot of people are like that. And it's impacting a lot of people because they're learning from people that barely know what a CPM is. And they're like, I feel bad for some of these Amazon sellers learning some of the wrong information about Facebook.
And for example, for Amazon ads, right? Like, can the person handle it, learn it themselves? Like,
Amazon ads is the easiest ad platform that ever existed. Okay, you don't need to come up with a headline. You don't need to come up with a creative. You just pick the product, pick the bid, pick the keyword. It's like a super simplified version of AdWords. You don't have day parting. You don't have like any of this like stuff that can trip up beginners. Because the thing with like Google or Facebook is you have unlimited options. You can do anything. You can spend like 3 weeks coming up with the most complicated, imaginable funnel. Like you see people with these funnel diagrams that are like on whiteboards the size of this like room. No way. All you need to do is you have like 5 things you can do, and that's like start a campaign, like stop a campaign, like increase the bid, decrease the bid, like negative keywords, like stuff like this. You have a couple different match types. It's really not crazy. But Amazon is like developing the advertising system more and more, and we have more and more opportunities. Like Amazon Attribution is finally coming out. I've been waiting for this for years, and this finally lets you kind of run Facebook ads and see directly the results. So you don't need the hacky workarounds like offline event sets or any of this stuff now. You have Amazon Attribution, which is a game changer.
What would be your like main advice? Like, for example, for a company that already does like 7 figures with Amazon, where like most of the time the biggest opportunity is? Like, is it like scaling like with new products, like increasing sales with that, or just focusing on the existing products? And for example, the company.
I would say it's scaling retention and back-end revenue.
Okay.
Because Amazon sellers don't even think about this like at all.
Yeah.
Like most marketers need to consider this in their stuff for e-commerce, for Shopify and stuff. And Amazon sellers have no idea about this. And there's a lot of ways to build retention and to get people that pay you once to pay you twice. And like for my software, I have people that have come and paid me more than 400 separate times, 400 separate transactions in the last couple months. It's crazy.
400.
Yeah,
I think you mentioned this yesterday.
Yeah, they whipped out their credit card 400 different times.
Is this like, what kind of product? Is this
like
consumable?
No, it's a software type of goods, like a service. But you want everyone that pays you once to at least pay you twice. And for any e-commerce seller, and even affiliates out here, this is huge. A lot of affiliates are still just going for that front-end revenue. They send the lead off to whatever the offer is, and they never get a chance to make money again from that person. You can at least build like a push notification list or your own email list, and it's a different skill set, but it's worth learning, and it's really good.
Cool. So, and for example, if let's say you have a product, right, and let's say your product sells well. Then over time, obviously, what happens? Other people see that you're doing well. They start replicating, and especially Chinese manufacturers.
You need to hit a point in your operations where you're not concerned about this.
Okay.
Basically, like affiliates are very secretive. They're like, oh, I can't show you my dropshipping product. I can't show you my stuff because they know other people will copy it. Amazon sellers will say all day, they're like, oh yeah, I'm doing like baby bibs or I'm doing like Bluetooth headphones, because they know that like making a physical product is hard. It's not easy once you do all the little details to make something really great, plus have a team and an operation and like the processes. So I could tell you like, hey, I do essential oils. Good luck doing exactly the way that I do it. You can buy my product, you can find my stuff, and you cannot copy all of my knowledge and back-end stuff. So I'm not worried at all about saying any of my products or any of my stuff because people will not be able to copy the stuff that I do. And they don't have the relationships with my factories. They don't have the relationships with different people that I do to make things like a lot better. Like imagine I go out for drinks with my factories and stuff like that. And if you were in America and you can't do that and you're just like this email guy, like that's all they know you as, like, oh, this person emailed me. You're not going to be first. You're not going to be ahead of me in the production line.
You need to find the edge, right? You need to kind of like personally build the relationship. Is that must, like in this industry?
I mean, just like in affiliate marketing, where relationships are the key to everything. Better payouts, like inside information, everything.
That's it.
It's really the same thing on Amazon. And all internet business is a people business, and this is absolutely key for everyone, especially if you are starting out any of your online business stuff. You need to get to an event like Affiliate World. You need to go to Amazon summits. You need to do this kind of stuff because it's immediately going to change your life. It happened to me, probably happened to you. The second you are meeting real people in real life that are like making this kind of money, doing this kind of business, it changes something in your brain that says, hey, this is like possible, and I can do it. Before that, you just see a bunch of random people on like Facebook groups, and you're like, are any of these people making money? And they're all like bitching about everything. And so another piece of advice is don't listen to any of the Facebook groups on Amazon. These are like cesspools of bad information, and they're not going to make you happier reading them. So don't listen to that. Find a group of like 10 trusted people and just talk with them once a week or something. Like if I wanted to know Facebook, I would, just hit you up once a week. Hey, you got 10 minutes? Like I got some, let's hop on a call. I have something to help you out. And it's about helping everyone grow together. And this is how you get connections. It's not because you want to know something. It's just because you want to see other people succeed and they want to see you succeed. And when you meet people in real life at these kind of conferences, that's how it works.
Yeah.
The affiliate world is kind of like this alternate universe of all my friends that I only see every 6 months, you know, and for that week it doesn't feel like time exists, anything else. You're just like so happy to be back with these incredible people once again. And so if you're watching this and you haven't been to an affiliate world, Barcelona is coming up in July, and you guys should definitely come out.
Definitely. And how do we, so guys, if for example, if I were to learn like Amazon, like if I were to like, if you want to like to focus on that platform, like as another kind of like to expand our own like universe, then I would go to Zack, because so Zack, he lives in China right now, like, so he's where the, you know, where the all of the sourcing, where like manufacturers are, like he worked with some of the biggest Amazon sellers in the world, right? So like 150-300 million dollars, $300 million per year, Amazon sellers. So he's been in trenches. How many years have you been like in this industry? Like 10 years?
No, not like 10 years, like 6, maybe 5, 6.
6 year, like real practitioner. So I would definitely learn from him. So if people want to learn from you, like where do they go, like to find you?
I have no course. You cannot buy a guru course.
That's it.
If you want to find me, you go to Affiliate World and you try and find me. That's it. There's no email you can reach me at. There's no WeChat. I'm not doing consulting right now. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry guys. Too bad for you.
You can leave a YouTube comment, and with something interesting, maybe I'll reply. I don't know.
That's awesome, man. So yeah, I mean, a real practitioner. So very happy to chat with you. So yeah, I mean, come to these events. So twice a year. You've been in Barcelona probably as well.
The last two super good.
Yeah.
They got it down to a science now.
Yeah, like, very nice, really very nicely organized. So come to Zack's events, like learn as much as you, and then actually apply it. You know, learning is
just apply anything. Like just apply one thing today that you want to do.
I think that those like inserts, like quick win, right? It's like getting
super quick. Even if you fuck it up, like what the insert is like 2 cents, like each. You know, who cares?
Yeah. So I mean, very actionable and very like, you know, if it adds like 1% of your revenue, like for free, you know. Yeah,
and there's so many things you could do. Like if you're not using a reimbursement service, use a reimbursement service, and you can save like 2-3%.
What is this?
Oh, Amazon probably owes you a bunch of money all the time. Right? You're like, what? Amazon can owe you a ton of money because maybe returns get messed up, or they lose some inventory, or there were some wrong fees or something like that. And Amazon is like a bad brand where if they like borrow money from you or something, unless you like call them out on it, it's not going to happen. So you're not going to get that money back unless you're like, hey, Amazon, you owe me money. And so there are a lot of reimbursement services like GetIDA and stuff that do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like that right there usually adds 2-3% revenue.
Another one.
There's a lot of tricks. Google me, look me up on YouTube, and there's some other stuff.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Zack, for sharing it.
All right.
Guys, thank you for watching.
At AW.
Yeah. See you in the next video.